Welcome back to Sailingjibsea. We're in the boatyard still, working away, and we're picking up where we left off last week with this scary-looking hole in our keel. It's part 2 of our keel smile repair.
What I'm trying to achieve is to give it a bit more structural support.
Plus, we share an update on our makeshift raw water hose from a couple episodes ago. I'm Stephanie, and this is Travis. Together we bought a Hunter 42 Passage that we called Jibsea. We sold almost everything that we owned and moved aboard. After living on Jibsea through a Toronto winter, we decided that we had to get down south. Though we've got very little sailing experience, we decided to leave it all behind in our home country Canada to live out our dream in sailing the world. We're so pumped to share this adventure of a lifetime.
Bear, you dead bug on your face.
It's dead or is it biting me?
He's dead. Aww.
Killed that guy in my sleep.
Wait, put it in the garbage.
Oh, right.
The fuck? Your breakfast is ready.
Give me a couple of Ooh.
It wasn't on purpose.
Oh.
Oh! Good job. Ew.
Still good. Still good.
Here, I got your third one in case you want an extra. That's another one.
That's funny.
Time to put on my party suit.
Well, you're pretty bundled. Is it hot?
We could take, oh, fuck, really hot.
Our previous bottom paint was an ablative paint, and we're going to use the same type this time around. Travis is sanding down the hull with 80 grit sandpaper, which will give the hull some tooth for the new paint to adhere to the previous paint. While Travis is sanding the boat, I'm gonna get started on our anchor. So we spray painted our anchor, but that's all worn off now because it's just spray paint. So it doesn't last very long, but at least when we put Jibsea back in the water, we're gonna have a shiny anchor hanging off of the bow. So I'm gonna go ahead and start spray painting that. Just going to give it a light sand and then wipe it down with some acetone and then cover it with some spray paint. And then I'm gonna remark our anchor chain. Previously, we marked our anchor chain using both zip ties and paint. The zip ties lasted us a pretty long time, but a lot of them have come off now. How are you? It's all over your legs.
Everywhere.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's gotta do it.
Like Rose.
Just marking out our anchor, this time using spray paint. We just have one color, so we're just gonna do multiple lines, like one line for 50 feet, 2 lines for 75 feet, 3 lines for 100 feet, and so on and so forth. And hopefully that'll be a good enough indication. We don't have a whole rainbow of zip ties to use again, and we don't want to buy a whole bunch of different colors of paint. So we're just going to stick with the one, and it'll give us a good enough indication when the anchor goes out. Well, that's scary.
Yeah, this is the scary part.
Oh my gosh, your forehead. You need to wipe that stuff off ASAP. Hey?
Trying to.
Hurry. I'm getting out of here. Oh God. That's so toxic.
In like 35 degrees.
It's 38 today.
Okay, 38 degrees. In a hazmat suit.
Freaking brutal.
Sanding the bottom. Mitchy, sweaty, miserable job. Oh.
But we saved thousands doing it ourselves.
Thousands.
Is it worth it?
Well, obviously, but I'm like getting stand straight and like gonna fall over. Well, that only took, how long did that take? 4 or 5 hours?
4 or 5 hours.
Because all that dust landed on the boat all over everything, so now I gotta give it a good rinse down. That's why you don't leave cloths or anything lying around, because you never know, you might find a scorpion in it. I wonder if they're poisonous here. Ah!
And now I'm just going to sand down all of our through hulls under the boat so that the bottom paint will stick better.
I was on the internet last night looking at what other people have done with their keel smiles and fixes. One guy said he cut a little V, a little groove where the two joints meet, and then he smeared in 5200, and then he fiberglassed over that, and then bottom paint, and said that seemed to be pretty good. So I said, sure, I'll give that a go. We don't have 5200. And I do have this product called Final Fix, and when it's cured, it's crazy. Like, it's really hard, but it's also like, it has an elasticity to it. Like I can't even rip that, but you can see it stretches. And that's what I want in this joint. I want it to be able to have a little bit of elasticity, because when you're on a beam wave, that's when this keel is taking the most load, and that's where that flex comes in. And because the keel is really skinny, that's where this little crack forms. So I just want it so that crack in the fiberglass doesn't affect anything else. So with the keel hanging how it would in the water, with the hull flexed how it should, that's when I want to fiberglass it all in. I'm going to do a really thick fiberglass, and hopefully I'll get a really good bond. And what I'm trying to achieve is to give it a bit more structural support, so it's nice and solid. All we can do is test at this point. That's about it. So
It kind of sucks that you can't test it
yeah.
and then be like, oh no, okay, bring it back up and let's fix it, try another fix.
Yeah, the problem with these sort of tests are really expensive tests.
Because it's a haul in,
it's a haul in, it's a haul out. Right there's minimum $500 just to test it out. So maybe if we have it hauled up and I fiberglass it in, I'll give the keel a good side kick and we'll see if that does anything. If it breaks, I'll give it a good jiggle, that's for sure. And if it does break, which it probably won't because it needs thousands of pounds of force.
You're strong, but you ain't that strong.
Ain't that strong. Yeah, so maybe what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let it cure when it's in the slings. This is all hopefully, if it doesn't cost us like thousands of dollars, I'm gonna try to get them to put us in the slings for the night. So hopefully they don't charge us per hour over the nighttime, and then they can let us down in the morning. And then when they let us down again, I'm probably gonna fiberglass over that again. If I don't have too much at that point. That's an if, that's a maybe. Just so I get the best of both worlds. It fiberglassed when the hull sits how it should in the water, and then also when it's down, I'll fiberglass that too, so then hopefully they counteract on each other and create a good stiff bond. This is in theory of me thinking of maybe how it'll work, but who knows? We're gonna give it a go, and if it cracks again, I don't know, just on the next haul out, we'll fix it again, and yeah, we're getting there. Fully cut.
After getting a quote from the yard office for putting us up into the slings, they were going to charge us per hour. We decided it was going to be far too costly, and unfortunately, we won't be able to put Travis's theory to the test. So, we're starting to fiberglass the keel smile with the keel sitting as is, and we'll just beef it up with some extra layers of fiberglass.
That's exciting. I broke the grease nipple off for the prop. When we got it, I put the grease nipple on. It was a brand new grease gun, and I could not get the grease gun off. It broke the nipple. So I just replaced it with a bolt. So I haven't been able to grease this thing quite some time, but I was just able to shove that nozzle. It doesn't go in, it just sits on top. I was able to pump half this tube straight into it. So I'm gonna continue to try with this one. This one doesn't have the same sort of head on it, but let's give it a go. So this tube had the best head. These are too thick for me to press really tightly onto it. Since this one's empty, I'm gonna try to put this grease in this grease tube. Oh, it's working. Alrighty. The grease in this one. See if I can continue to shove it in. Oh. Look at that. That's spewing out. Get on the gears. Ooh, I can hear it. To be honest, I don't even know why I was greasing yet. Got all excited. I was just testing it. Still have to polish the shaft. I can definitely do a better job, but my elbow grease is wearing out today. So the blades are nice and polished. The body of it doesn't look the greatest, but looks better than it did. That thing was covered in barnacles. Same with the shaft. Shaft's all clean now. Just got some new anoids to put on it. We're getting there.
You dying?
I'm dying. You want to see what I found? I found this hose in the garbage pile. You may be looking at it going, I don't know what you do with this. Hose looks really good. It's still no cracks or anything. The only crack is this hose, and I'm pretty sure that's why
It's in
the
the
guy
garbage.
replaced it. But One man's trash is another man's treasure, because that janky hose I fixed with that elbow to replace this hose, I can actually cut it out of this hose. I can cut it out of a couple spots. We might get 2 hoses out of this.
For free!
For free. And I just gotta cut them. So I'm pretty pumped.
The things you find, Travi.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. It's the right size, it looks like it is. So I'm gonna cut it up, fit it to place, and if it fits nicely, then I'm gonna paint it with some Yanmar paint so that it looks like it's a new Yanmar part.
Sweet.
But that hose is sweet. It's like it was meant to be.
Doesn't look so makeshift anymore.
No, it looks like it's supposed to be there. Well, it's perfect because it has like the pre-bend elbow in it, and it is an engine water hose. So.
Travis finds.
Travis finds one man's trash is another man's treasure.
What are you gonna do with this one? Are you gonna keep that as a backup?
No, we got the rest of the hoses as backups. I can make like a few more out of a couple of these. Since I was already down there pulling things apart and replacing raw water hoses, I figured I'd take a look at our other one that is a custom elbow one, and that's it right there. And it also has the same thing. It's breaking, and it was leaking. So I can make out of that same garbage pipe that I found, I can make pipe number 2. And then our raw water pipes are fixed. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying our videos. And we'll see you next week for more boatyard fun.
That's definitely not the same gray.